Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today I'd like to give you a bit of an update on our portable air conditioning unit that we've got in the caravan. This is the second year we've had it now, so I'm currently in the south of France with it on. Maybe you can hear it in the background. I just wanted to give you a bit of an update of how well it's been working and kind of what performance you might expect from it, and some of the downfalls and the good sides about it. Right, so this is the Eurom 2401. Now we got it from a UK company called Call My Camper. That's COOL, not CALL. Now they distribute these in the UK. I think they're maybe a Dutch company originally, and I think you can also get them from the Netherlands at a slightly cheaper price, but I don't know about warranty and stuff like that, but you might want to Google it and have a look yourself. So here's the unit. This side here we've got the control panel. Now one of the downsides of this control panel is it's on all the time, and we have this running 24 hours a day for the 3 weeks we're at this site, and this is quite bright at night, so we generally cover it with, actually we use tin foil and just stick a bit around here just so that that's blanked out at night. So pretty simple controls. You've either got fan speed here or the amount of cooling. So at the moment it's on maximum cooling, and you've got a timer as well, so you can turn it off at a certain time if you like. But that's that. What I have done, I brought with us a thermometer just to see how well it performs. So at the moment, if I just show you here, hopefully you'll be able to see it. So it's 27 degrees outside and 20 degrees in the caravan, so it is actually quite cool. So what I've found with the unit is it may be, although this isn't going to sound good, and I'm not trying to sell this to you, I'm just telling you what my experiences are with it. So for instance, if it's say 32 outside, it might bring it maybe 6 degrees less inside, which doesn't sound a great deal, but the fan does blow out cold air. So what we tend to do is, if we're in the front room, front lounge, we'll point it that way, and at night we'll point it towards the bedroom, and you do get a cool air constantly over you, which is good. As far as the noise goes, you probably hear it now in the background. I'm standing right beside it. You'll see I am standing right beside it, and I'd say it was about as noisy as a hairdryer, maybe something like that. It's not particularly noisy, and it's a constant noise, so it isn't annoying. At one point last year we did have an issue with a neighbour complaining that the air conditioning was noisy. He was next to us in a tent. Now what I found is that, I'll explain in a minute, but there's an umbilical cord that goes between the internal unit and the external unit, and that was somehow rubbing on the window, and it was making a bit of a squeaky noise. A slight adjustment, and it was fine, and he didn't complain again. Right, so as I mentioned there is this umbilical cord which connects the two units, and it's a fixed pipe. You can't remove it, which makes it awkward to install. Actually, it takes two people, and as you can maybe see there, you do get condensation on there, so we just rub that down every now and again just to keep it under control. It's not bad, but because the coolant going through here, it makes it, condensation on there. Now it hangs on the window frame here by these brackets, and maybe you can just see outside, there's an outside unit, the white one, so it hangs across there. Now the downside of that in this caravan is that you can't then use these blinds. Now in our old caravan, the blinds they both went up, the net and the actual blind itself went up, so you could hook it through and still use the blind. On this one you can't, so I use this kind of netting thing. But there's nobody, we picked this pitch specifically because there's nobody there anyway, but we use this little net in here, and it gives you a bit of privacy, and more importantly shade there. You'll see here there's two bolts. Now we have this just loose on the top of the cooker, which obviously means we can't use the cooker, but then we use the Kadak all the time anyway. But this unit can mount on here, so that it basically would be there but fixed. But we like to be able to angle it towards the bedroom or towards the front room, as I said earlier, so we just leave it like that. Right, I'll now show you the outside unit. It's quite a busy campsite, and there is somebody right next to us, a French family, so I don't know if I'll talk while I'm out there, because they generally, at this time of day, they're having their breakfast right beside her, so it's a bit weird having to empty the toilet out because it's kind of like basically 2 foot away from their breakfast. Anyway, I'll go outside, show you the outside, and you'll see the noise and what it looks like. So of course, sod's law, they were out there having breakfast, so I think they think the British are weird enough. So what I did, I just did a bit of filming without talking. I didn't want them to think I was filming them eating their breakfast. So you'll see there, it's not particularly noisy. Now, one of the things to note is that the external unit does self-drain the unit down, so you don't need to do any draining. Every now and again you'll hear it kind of eject some water onto the floor. And what we do is, before we leave, the internal fan, there is a plug at the bottom which you can drain, so we drain it off before travelling. So a couple of things to note: it is about £600 to buy, which sounds a lot, but it's not a lot when you consider the roof-mounted units. And also with the roof-mounted units, they're on all the time. I mean, they're on the van all the time, so adding extra weight. So whether you in the winter, I know some of them heat. I know people say that it heats as well. But for us to have an air conditioning unit on the van the whole year round, when we'd only probably use it 2-3 weeks of the year, it was a bit excessive weight. So it affects your payload. Now this unit is about 25 kilograms in weight, and we generally carry it in the boot of the car when we travel, and then just take it out and hook it on when we're on site, and then remove it again. So there's no added weight in the caravan whilst we're travelling. So there it is, one last look at it before we wrap up. Again, thanks very much for watching. If you enjoy the content, consider subscribing, and obviously a thumbs up are always good news for us because it makes us feel like we're doing a good job. And there it is.